Good morning. Breaking news. Absolutely crazy. Ace Bachelor Cool has gotten a bar girl pregnant. He's going to be a dad again. Okay? But I got to tell you how this all transpired. Um, you know,
You know what? I don't understand what the hell is up with these people, dude. I don't know who this guy is. Never heard of him. But a lot of these freaking people be coming from the US or anywhere from the West, be making these YouTube channels, be making their money on YouTube, and they just be with all these freaking girls sometimes. And then they're always, you know, when I go out every now and then because I'm bored and I just need to have some kind of exposure, some kind of atmosphere because I'm tired of being, you know, in my room all the time. But I see these guys, they come out and they're always all over these bar girls. They take these bar girls home and they're just doing all kinds of things that are rated MA or R. It's so shameful, man. It's so shameful. But this is a whole new load. Getting a bar girl pregnant. What the is wrong with these people, man?
if you don't know Ace Bachelor Cool, he's a YouTube vlogger here in Angeles City, and he has spent the last 3 years telling people how to navigate Angeles City, how to be single, how to be free, how to be cool, how what's it cost for him to live, all the usual stuff. Now, we're going to hear all the rest of it. Ace sits down and he says, Mike, I've got breaking news. And I said, what? What's going on? And he says, I am going to be a father. Well, he already is a father. He's raised two productive, good children. They're already, I think his daughter's just recently graduated with a master's degree.
You know what I don't understand is how do you go from having two good kids, that are grown up and are going to college, getting their degree, and just becoming, fully grown, young, productive adults. And then after you had done all of that, you're father of the year, and then later on you decide to travel and live in the Philippines in the one place, well, if one of the places that is known for the red light district, you end up getting a bar girl pregnant. It would make sense if it was just any regular woman in the Philippines, any just Filipina that you were like seeing, maybe someone that was just you met at the mall somewhere normal. But the fact that it's a bar girl, a place where you just go and drink and see nothing but just the same. And the thing is with these bar girls, they see foreigners time after time after time after time. They're always interacting with different foreigners, and you can probably already guess what they're doing, behind scenes with every new foreigner that comes through. But this guy has the nerve to have unprotected sex with a bar girl. This is why we have diseases go running rampant right here. Okay? These guys.
So, and he has a Filipina daughter down in the province in Davao, whom he has seen regularly and in turn also provides child support for. He's very responsible when it comes to that. But I'm like, you're already a dad, dumbass.
Like, why can't he just stay in the province and raise his daughter? Why is he running around like like a freaking like a college teen in the bars being reckless? If you have a daughter in the province, why aren't you staying with the family, raising the daughter? What is wrong with these people, man? How are you gonna be in the U.S. and then be in your kids' lives 100% all the way to their like graduating college? But then when you have a kid in the Philippines, now you're trying to act like you don't have kids. But I mean, he said he's there partially. That's what it sounded like. He was there partially, paying child support. I'm sorry, but paying child support is just not the same as being there and physically raising the kid. You can't throw money at everything. Money doesn't raise a child. It feeds and takes care of a child, but it doesn't raise a child.
Okay. But he's like, no, I got a bar girl pregnant. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? And so the conversation began. You got a bar girl pregnant. What are you doing? Okay. Honestly, what are you doing? Are you trying to beat Sunshine Shoulders to repopulating the Philippines?
The thing is, with that statement, the Philippines is overpopulated. It's overpopulated, and it's overpopulated because we have an influx of tourists creating single mothers, and not just from Western countries, but from other Asian countries, European countries, other Asian countries, and then America. And I don't know about Canadians, but all I know is I'll just say, like, a lot of people, a lot of foreigners from all kinds of countries, even Middle Eastern countries, they come here and they leave single mothers. They have kids and then they leave the kids behind. And now we have single mothers everywhere. It's too common. It's literally too common. And that's why we have an epidemic of single mothers in the Philippines.
Did you get roofied? Did you get, first off, the first thing that comes to our mind is, hey, are you sure it's yours? All right. I mean, you're going to get a DNA test, right? And he's like, no, it's mine. And we're like, look. And so I made him a little DNA swab test. It's homemade. It's in jest, but at the same time, it emphasizes the point. Ace, you better get a DNA test on this kid. Okay? So with all of that going on, we jump around back and forth, and so here we have Ace number one, bachelor because I'm single, free is the way to be. All right. I'm the number one single YouTuber in Angeles. Well,
Oh my God, these guys really get on my freaking nerves. It's always these old guys that come in and they just ruin everything, right? By just doing this, being American, of course. We have to we literally we have to share this bad reputation, okay? Every time an American does something terrible here, anybody else with an American passport is gonna get blamed. Doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, you're gonna get lumped in with them. You can't separate by age, by race, nothing. You're American. American, all the way from whether you're 16 all the way till 80 years old. You will always be lumped in with whatever the worst American tourist does. And I'm saying that from the Filipino perspective, because they do pretty good at like boxing you in.
how single are you if you got this girl pregnant? Now, we started to speculate, is it possible? We need to coincide. Those of you that are out there, do some research for us and look. If you go back, his girlfriend is now 36 weeks pregnant. pregnant. In fact, they're having a checkup. He may have had this baby last night. Okay, they're having a checkup right now, today, so to speak, yesterday, uh, and she is due to pop any day now. And I don't know. I mean, with that square head, it ain't going to be easy to get these kids out. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But we need to do the math. We need to figure out, where was sick grandpa 36 weeks ago? Was he here in Angeles City? Is it possible? I mean, she is a bar girl. According to Ace, she is a bar girl.
Listen, you want to know how you can tell? By asking him, did he go raw? Of course. And also, the date that he slept with this bar woman, that's how you know. There's actually a certain window between when you're supposed to know that someone is pregnant and then when they are supposed to be due. I mean, you just need the date and then you can figure out the rest. You can even Google it too. Google ChatGPT, a clinic doctor. You can literally talk to a clinic doctor for free just to find out. Actually, no. You know what what you can do? You don't need to ask nobody nothing, because everybody else is gonna give you some bullshit information, probably to try to make you feel better about yourself. No, just go to a doctor and just ask them. Go to like one of those clinics for sexual health, and then ask them. Actually, no. Tell them the situation. Tell the doctor the situation, what you did, when you did it, and then they'll be able to tell you if it's a high probability that you got the woman pregnant or that the baby will be yours. Okay, that's how you will know, without having to sit there and have everyone be detective to figure out if she's lying or not. Okay.
All right. And they've been dating, and this has been a big secret. And it's no secret he's been dating a bar girl. Okay.
That's where you first messed up.
But it's been a secret that she's been pregnant. So what are we doing here? I mean, Ace, you've got to get this child onto Social Security, and then it dawned on me, wait a minute, Ace, you're 50, late 50s, mid 50s, late 50s. Are you doing the Sunshine Shoulder scam where you're now going to get these biological children into Social Security? So what happens is that if he goes on Social Security in a couple years, 4 years or something like that, I don't know exactly, but if he goes into Social Security, him, just like James the Ugly Tourist, because he just had a baby, he's going to get a 50% bump in his Social Security. Now, I know YouTube has had its pitfalls. I know the views in YouTube are not what they used to be. I know that.
Well, that's because you need to be interesting and not old and boring as hell. So your views will actually keep going, and you need to keep reinventing. I think a lot of these guys, they start YouTube and then they try to just make videos, but they don't try to like do any improving or adjust with modern trends, which would be collaborations, which also work for a lot of YouTubers. And then I think there's just a huge separation between young YouTubers and then these old YouTubers. And for these old YouTubers, I think they just start a channel and then they just put some BS out there and they just talk in the camera and then just whatever. And then they're like, oh, the views. Well, you have to, first of all, know how to get your CTR up. You have to understand analytics, and then understanding the analytics will help you adjust. It will let you know what to adjust, what to do better, and how to appeal to your audience the most. Because you can make good content, but someone has to be willing to want to click on the thumbnail, the title, and see what you're talking about. And you have to be able to hook your audience, and you have to be able to know how to keep your audience entertained and wanting to continue watching. Enough of the educational spout.
The money is not there for those of you that use it. Now, granted, Ace is retired Air Force veteran. He was in for 20 years and then worked and everything. But I mean, having that Social Security on top of his retirement, but if he can bump it up 50% and you still got 4 years left to have another one, now you can bump up 100%. All right, I don't know, it may be fractional on the second or the third. We could ask Sunshine Shoulders, he would know, that's for sure.
So these guys are just impregnating women just to do some Social Security scheme. Only an American would do that.
With all of that being said, okay, is that it? Or did you get a bar girl pregnant just to increase your Social Security? Only time will tell, won't it? It'll definitely be something like that. So James had a lot of advice, and we explained to Ace, hey, you know what, Ace, you got to get a Philippine Statistic Authority, a PSA certified birth certificate. That takes about 6 months. Then you do the paperwork at the U.S. consulate, and you get it all done through Social Security. And now she will have, or he will have, actually, it's a boy. We know that. We know she's 36 weeks pregnant. We know it's a boy, and we know it's a bar girl. Those are the things that we know. Now,
and we know he's a complete idiot for these actions. And I honestly don't know what to think. I don't understand why people do the things that they do. It makes me question humanity so many times, man. Just what is going on with these people, man? What is going on?
All of this is coming directly out of Ace's mouth. None of this is rumor. None of this, unless Ace is sitting there at breakfast lying to us, all of this is real. So he's going to have to.
I would 100% believe it, because there's just people that are just that. I mean, it happens. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Trade in some of that golf that he does. He goes golfing quite a bit. He's going to trade in, I guess, instead of doing 18 holes, you're only going to do 9. And then you're going to have to stop for diapers and formula on the way home. And that's, she going to live with him? Is he going to, how is that all going to work? Well,
he's probably just going to abandon her like every other foreigner does when they get a woman pregnant. Not mean to be that guy, but look, I see it all the time. And the locals get pissed. They get pissed about it too, but they don't ever say nothing. They just they use graffiti as a form of expression, for how much they can't stand certain demographic of foreigners from certain countries coming over and doing that stuff. I've seen it graffiti. I walk around in different neighborhoods, even the most roughest neighborhoods in the Philippines, with no fear, and I see it, and I'm like, geez, you feel this way about this country? Wow, they done a lot of damage here. Then
we don't really know, and at this point, Ace is just spilling out. This is what's going on. All right. And we're all kind of like at a loss. We don't have the answer. So Ace Bachelor Cool, he's not so bachelorized now. All right. In fact, I think the true definition of a bachelor is never being married, and Ace has been married. He's been divorced, and nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. But you do see where I'm going with this. What is going through his mind? I mean, if you're going to be bar hopping, Ace, you need a vasectomy, okay?
Well, first of all, bar hopping is not... Well, okay, first of all, when you go bar hopping, you're not hopping from bar to bar to bar. to just pick up bar girls, okay? You're bar hopping because you're just going to the next bar to get a drink because you want to see, a different atmosphere, different people and things like that. But turning bar hopping into something sexual is just doing it a serious disservice, okay? That is not the definition of bar hopping. It's not hopping in different girls at each bar, okay? In a vasectomy, man, first of all, you don't need to be running through anything, okay? You're making things worse.
If you're going to be bar finding girls or sneak outs or whatever, you've got your Barbie dolls, your baby dolls, you're kind of like regular guy with his baberoonies. You've got your own lingo over there. But all of that being said, a little bit of caution for all of you. All of you. It is not the best thing to do unless you want to have a family, unless you want to expand that. Like James, all right?
What are you talking about? No, getting a bar girl pregnant is not the best thing to do unless you're trying to start a family. No, it is not. No. If you want to have a family, how about you go see a regular woman, okay? Meet a woman the traditional way if you want to start a family, not just hop in different bar girls and then think. Because for one, it is not going to be pretty for you. It is not going to be, oh, well, I met her at the bar, because in America, like when you meet a woman at the bar and you end up, having a one night stand and getting pregnant, there is a high percentage chance that it's not going to work out and the guy's going to be on child support and then that's life. But then sometimes things work out and they end up, staying together or being married. I have seen stories. I've seen actual couples that met up like that. But it's only happened in small towns, not the red light district. Okay? And ain't nobody falling in love with somebody that looks like him. A 50-year-old dude. Love stories, fantasies. Y'all crazy.
James, he and his wife want a family. And he's even said it's quite possible he may have another. He's just getting started and he's having a great time, now that the baby can look at his hand at least. He's been a father already, so he knows what's coming down the road and how wonderful it really is when you come right down to it. But Ace Bachelor Cool, he's used a bar girl to repopulate the declining rate here in the Philippines.
There is no declining rate in the Philippines. Where are they getting this shit from? There is no declining birth rate in the Philippines. It is overpopulated, okay? The Philippines is overpopulated. There is no decline in population here. I don't know who is giving these people this information.
It's up to you, Ace.
This isn't Japan, okay?
You've got to save the Philippines. I don't know how else to kind of get that all across. I don't know. Why don't you guys in the comments below tell us what you think about.
All right, we're done. We are done. All right. Done. I'm going to leave the video in the description. And then you can check this guy's channel out if he's interesting to you or not. The name of the channel is Our Philippine Journey. This was sent to me, so I had to react to it. And I'm just gonna say, man, if you're gonna come out to the Philippines, stay away from the red light district, stay away from P. Burgos Street, and stay away from Angeles City, because you're just going to do some stupid shit like this. Probably get a bar girl pregnant. The bar girls are just there to talk. Even though you can do other things, we're all adults here. It's just not a good idea. Okay, you ever heard the saying that just because you can doesn't mean you should? Yeah, I think everyone should be living by that. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just because you can be reckless, ruin your life, doesn't mean you should. Just because you can ruin other people's lives doesn't mean you should. Well, anyway, let me know what you think. If you like the video or not. If you think this guy is just screwed up in the head. If we got some major problems with some of these older expats, retirees. Like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.